Okay, hello and welcome back to the Let's Play of Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets on PS1. If the game looks a bit derpy, it's because I am really bad at emulator settings. I made it look prettier than it normally does though, but people's faces sometimes kinda contort, so that's like... yeah. It's better than them having pixely faces. But that makes for quite contorted faces. And unlike the first game, this game actually has autosave, which is like, woo!
Harry Potter's first year at Hogwarts School of Witchcraft and Wizardry was very eventful indeed. Along with his friends Ron Weasley and Hermione Granger, Harry had managed to defeat Lord Voldemort, the greatest dark sorcerer of all time. But now Harry was back at number 4 Privet Drive. He was often locked in his room, and even though he was a wizard, he couldn't escape because he wasn't allowed to use magic. Then, one evening towards the end of the summer holidays, a house elf named Dobby appeared. Dobby warned Harry not to return to Hogwarts.
Harry Potter must not go back to Hogwarts. If Harry Potter goes back, he will be in mortal danger. There is a plot, Harry Potter, a plot to make most terrible things happen.
Dobby disappeared, and shortly after, Ron Weasley and his brothers Fred and George arrived in a flying Ford Anglia to rescue Harry from his prison. Harry told them all about Dobby's warning.
Very fishy. I reckon old Dobby was sent as someone's idea of a joke. Can you think of anyone at school with a grudge against you?
Draco Malfoy.
Eventually, they landed at Ron's house, the Burrow.
Touchdown!
Ron's mother, Molly Weasley, marched across the yard and came to a halt in front of them. She didn't look pleased.
Bed's empty, no note, car gone. Out of my mind with worry.
It seemed to go on for hours, and Mrs. Weasley had shouted herself hoarse before she turned to Harry.
Very pleased to see you, Harry dear. Ronald Weasley, I thought I asked you to stop that ghoul from making such a racket. He's still dropping pipes over the attic floor. It's driving me mad.
Why do you have a ghoul?
Come on, Harry, let's go.
And they did.
And they did indeed go. And they went, and they went.
Thanks, Harry. We call it the Burrow. Come on, Harry. If the ghoul has locked the attic door again, we've got to try and find another way in.
Unfortunately, it looks like everyone has like some polygons on their face now.
Why don't we use them to climb up onto the roof and then into the open attic window? Seeing you've been stuck at the Dursleys for so long, you can practice your knockback jinx on the crates. Remember, you need to press the X button to cast.
So everybody has polygons now, but their polygons are all in the wrong places. Like, it looks like Ron has breasts.
Remember, press the X button to cast.
And his nose polygon keeps on, like, traveling places.
That's it, Harry. Now the other one. Flipendo.
Ronald Weasley, I thought I asked you to stop that ghoul from making such a racket. He's still dropping pipes over the attic floor. It's driving me mad.
Oh dear, Mum's really not happy and I think we should avoid her. But let's climb up onto the roof and jump in through the attic window. Watch me and then follow. To climb onto a crate, walk up to it and use the up directional button.
Surely there was an easier way to get to your, attic?
Okay, your turn, Harry. Push into the small crate to climb on top, and then run over the gap to auto-jump.
Push your face into a crate, Harry. That is how we climb. But yeah, I mean, if this was your way of getting to the attic regularly, surely you would build the stairs. Oh god. Harry and his flying jumps. On the upside, this time I actually have a stick for the camera. Oh! Angle's still wrong. I'm still the drunk Harry. Somebody should stop feeding this kid alcohol.
Right, we need to calm down the ghoul. He's banging and dropping pipes and it's driving Mum mad. Use your directional buttons to move the chest. Try and catch 60 pipes before they land on the floor and make a terrible racket. Right, Harry, let's get to it.
What? Oh! Okay. So this is like...
Boys, will you stop that awful racket up there?
First of all, this doesn't solve the problem permanently. Secondly, this game kind of plays like, old, you know, catch the apples games on like tiny game consoles that you could have bought at the... I would like to say the gas station when your mother was refilling gas so that you have something to do while you're driving. Those things used to be like super cheap as well.
Will you stop that awful racket up there?
We're not the one making the racket, by the way. It's the naked man doing it.
Nice work, Harry. That'll shut him up for a while. Thanks for helping with the ghoul.
Ah, that's much quieter. Now I need you boys to denome the garden for me. Go find Mr. Weasley. He's by the shed messing about with non-magical junk.
Whose portrait is that? Also, Gould just gets upset when you clean up his shit. Seems like it would be easy to stay calm then. Just keep your house clean.
Right, let's go. Everywhere. It drives Mum mad. Try smashing these barrels with a fully charged knockback jinx so we can get through the gate.
Wouldn't your dad get mad about the fact you're gonna break his shit? Anything special on these? Ooh, bean.
Nice casting, Harry. Come on, let's go and find Dad.
Oh, there's a bean there. There's probably more beans over here. One of them has like green dotty things, and this time they're not like ordered by color. They're all just the same bean counter, which is a lot easier. Might mean that we actually get to some secrets this time then.
Hey, look! Ginny's over by the Puffs game patch. Why don't you go and chat to her? She's been a bit shy lately. I wonder why. I'm off to see what Dad's up to.
Poor Ginny, completely isolated from boys that aren't just her brothers. Being unable to socialize.
I'm Ginny. I'm just looking after a puffs game, making sure that Fred and George don't use it as a bludger when they play Quidditch. Guide the puffs game over to the bushes and it'll eat them, revealing every flavour beans that you can collect. Beans can be used to buy famous witches and wizards cards from Fred and George at Hogwarts. If you guide the puffs game over to the bushes, it'll eat them, and you may be able to find a famous witches and wizards card. Whenever you get a wizard card, it is put into your folio magi. Press the select button. This will show you the folio magi and the wizard cards you've collected at that point. There are two types of famous witches and wizards cards, the silver cards and the 4 special gold founder cards.
Okay, why do you have bean bushes in your backyard? And why couldn't you collect them by hand? For it seems like they had a lot more than just one bean. Why do you require for this creature to eat them and then shit them out in order for you to get them? I do not understand. Why does it also require for me to be running around in front of him to be doing this? I mean, the bushes are like right in front of his nose.
Well done, Harry! Here's a famous witches and wizards card.
Felix Summerby.
Best find Ron, Harry. He's gone off to see Dad, I think. It's this way.
Yeah, you go and see Dad. I still have, like, beans to collect. Your little bean monster is still eating. And this time with no input from me, which makes me question again, why didn't he just eat the bushes to begin with? His fat ass is blocking that beam. Okay, we nearly debushified your backyard. There's very few remaining. I wonder if your mom will be upset. Maybe she's all like, oh, these bushes are really pretty. And then you're like, here, weird magical pig, eat the pretty bush.
It's just through here, Harry. See you later.
Hello, Harry. I'm Arthur Weasley. I was wondering if you'd help me denome the garden. It's just through the gate, but you'll need the denoming gloves to grab the gnomes. Unfortunately, I seem to have lost them under all this junk. Use your Wingardium Leviosa spell to charm and move the junk. Holding the X button levitates each piece of junk. Use your directional buttons to move the junk about, and press the triangle button to drop it onto the rocks and break the junk up. Could you charm them and drop them onto the rocks, please? Maybe we can find those gloves. I know I left them around here somewhere.
Okay, to begin with, like, this is your stuff, right? This is your stuff. It costs money to buy. Why do you want to break it instead of just opening it?
Better find the denoming gloves. We can't denome without them. Lift up the crates and then drop them on the rocks below.
Like, 2 of these junk items are just fucking boxes.
Leviosa!
Those things open, you know.
That's right, Harry. Keep going.
Keep going, Harry. I'll get more stuff out of my garage in a second.
That's right, Harry. Keep going.
Wingardium Leviosa!
Found your gloves, mister!
I think I need to drop the junk higher than that if I want to break it.
Help.
Wingardium Leviosa!
Oh, thank God, you can actually run around. I was like, think I broke the game.
Well done, Harry. Nice work. You found the denoming gloves. Here they are.
Thanks for helping Dad out, Harry. You've also learnt how to charm objects. I'm sure that will come in very handy. The sooner we denome the garden, the sooner we can get some sleep. I'm exhausted.
I mean, were you the one driving?
For all your help, Harry. I think Ron's run off ahead through the gate to do some denoming.
Because if you weren't the one driving, I mean, you had your brothers with you. I would assume that they would have driven. Then why didn't you just catch some sleep in the car? I know, I would have napped. Then again, I really like naps.